Let's talk about selling under the contingency of having a home to purchase before you leave, AKA seller finding suitable housing.
Yeah, it's such a big issue, Emilio. Probably one of the biggest topics, like you said, that I've seen in the past couple of years. But right now, with there still being a bit of an inventory shortage, I think that most sellers are just concerned because there's that unknown. How do I know I'm going to find a house that I love as much as my house? If I don't find the house of my dreams, then I don't want to sell this house because I'd rather just stay where I'm at, right? I mean, I think that's the concern, that's the issue. I can't say that I've seen it happen where somebody doesn't find something that meets their needs, except one time in the past several years. So I guess I'm here to tell you that for the most part, everybody finds what they're looking for or is able to get out of the contract if they have the appropriate contingencies in place and stay put. And then there's sort of no harm, no foul. But I'm not sure that that is really what happens. So you kind of need to know what your interests are going into it and if it's in line with the reality of what the market will allow.
The simple solution on paper, taking emotions and everything else out, right? Which is technically, I mean, probably not practical, is, but think about this, right? If everyone on the fence, right now, we probably have over 100 folks that want to sell their properties, but are all looking to buy. Don't get me wrong, the highly motivated ones are out hunting, but what happens is if they have to sell their property and it's contingent, they go and put an offer on a home, Melissa, and it's contingent upon them getting their property sold and their house is not on the market yet. The listing agent's going to look at that and say, look, I got 3 other offers. Their homes are either on the market, they're pending, or they don't have a home to sell. Where does that leave the person? Where does that leave the seller?
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt when you're selling and buying, having your house either on the market or already under contract is going to put you in a much stronger position. Obviously, the strongest position is having no contingency to sell something, where you essentially can float 2 mortgages, but that may not even be something you're financially comfortable with, because then you've got the stress of having 2 mortgages and not having sold your house. Let's maybe use a hypothetical guy named Jack. Jack is selling his house. He has it under contract, subject to Jack finding suitable housing, right? So the expectation is Jack is now going to enter the marketplace and find a replacement property to purchase. So we need to make sure that the purchase and sales agreement for Jack's initial sale has the protections for him that he is going to find a suitable house, either to rent or to buy. It does not have to be a purchase, and within a particular time frame. So we would allocate the time frame within the confines of this specific addendum for his protection. And then if he is unable to find a property within the confines of that timeline, if you've got a buyer who's willing to wait it out because we know Jack's house is their dream home, so they're willing to give Jack plenty of time, then obviously that's a point of negotiation. You can get more days for Jack to find this replacement property. If they only give us a shorter window, let's say 45 days, and now we're coming to a place where we have not found a replacement property for Jack, we go back to the buyers and say, listen, we're still shopping. We've had a few, ups, downs. This is really where your realtor has to be able to kind of tell your story to the co-broke to keep them engaged. We've put in some offers, we've lost a few houses, we've investigated, 90 listings or whatever the case may be. This is where we're at. Is your buyer willing to extend this time for him to find a suitable house? So that allows for a protection for the buyer to say, are we going to continue holding here? Or are we going to say, let's cut bait and move on. Maybe Jack is too particular of a subsequent buyer. We don't want to wait for him because it could be forever before he finds the true replacement home.